All right, guys. I got Peachy with me. Hi. Hi. That's your name, yeah. Good job, buddy. Good girl. Go get the toy. Go get it. That's my girl. Today's lesson video, as she does what Peachy do, is going to be about, I don't know, the essence of dog training, you know? And I think a lot of times, myself included, I get carried away and want to show training, what people's perception of training is. And I feed into that narrative, you know? But truly, training is every moment, every hour, every day, training is happening with the dog, okay? And for me, training starts at play, okay? Like right now, like this is the part that I don't normally show on video because people will see it and they go, wow, all you're doing is just playing with the dog. And nature has devised play as the main mechanism of teaching puppies and kittens and all small animals in the animal kingdom. So play is, so you kind of see where I'm going with this, you know, play is the most important part of actually educating our little canine companions here. Now, while she's playing and running around doing her puppy things, I want to point out a few things so then when we get engaging, when I start doing stuff with her, it'll be easy to follow along. We talked about a reward system. Peachy. Yes. There's the reward system at play. She knows if I call her name, she does responds, boom, instantly she's going to get a payment. And then look at, she goes back and does whatever she wants. Now, payment alone isn't enough. Like positive reinforcement alone isn't enough to guide this ball of energy to stuff I want her to do successfully. Part of which could be to be like, hey, I know you want to play right now, but I also want you to just chill for a second, you know, because I need to get the door or whatever. It's our world and we should have any right to have any reason to ask them to calm down. But what'll happen is she might not want to calm down. So how do we guide that process, right? So, and this is where I think I want to show it, right? I want to show you. And as I teach her, I want to teach you guys. So that way, when you're experiencing this at home, you'll have a way to kind of follow along and do it with me, okay? So one of the first things you'll notice is that, hi girl, not only do I have my food with me, but I also have a leash, you know? Most people use the leash just as an anchor. They just hold on to their dog for their dear life. I look at the leash more like a steering wheel in a car, right? So you don't just hold on to the steering wheel as tight as possible and hope for the best. No, you see a left turn coming, you turn the wheel. You see a right turn coming, you turn the wheel. So the leash is our steering wheel for this dog. And I'm going to show you how I use it to help guide her into certain behaviors. And then that'll help us build ultimately the skills we want in our dog, right? So if we want to work on the go place exercise, and the goal is to stay there for 30 minutes, so we got to start with letting the dog know, like, here are the parameters. So that way we can build and build and build. So the first things first, we go back to lesson 1. Peachy. Yes, good girl. I waited for the eye contact and I say yes and that. So now the next thing is I'm going to use my leash. I'm going to hold it lightly. Peachy, go place. Yes, she hops right on willingly. I give her a yes. She leaves. Good girl. Yes. So when she leaves, leash bump. That guides the dog back. That's a good girl, verbal for a good girl, so she knows she's doing the right thing. Yes, to finally mark that she just waited a bunch of time there. Good girl. Good. Did you see that now? This time, yes. Immediately, she did not leave. Okay. Oh, super buddy. Good girl, good girl. Let her go back to play. Awesome, baby. All right, let's talk about that. So I asked her to get on there, and just like any puppy, they think, okay, I did my one simple task, and boom, I got my reward, and now I'm out of here. Well, at this point in her training, she has to learn a boundary, a parameter. That parameter is you're not released from an activity until I say the word okay and do this gesture, where it's like, you're now released and welcome to come off the mat. if she leaves before she is released, this is what I consider like she's doing something impulsively. She's not waiting. She's not learning that it's on my command that she should leave. So here's where I use a little guidance. Just like that. I see the dog bounce off, so I use the leash to stop. And as I stop her, I give it a little pop on the leash so she knows that there is no more access that way. That pop is significant. We're going to talk about the pop. Excuse me. So when I give her the leash pop and I stop her, that signals to her she needs to turn around. That's just the way dogs see that. As soon as she turns around and tries to go, gets on it, I verify that's the right thing for her to do. And then she can use that feedback that I'm giving her. Hey, you get food for staying, you get the leash pop for leaving. So then she decides like, okay, I need to change my behavior. Instead of hopping on, what happens if I stay on? And then she gets the chance to see, wow, that paid. So that leash pop directed and guided me back on to where I get payment. Simultaneously, she had to wait for all of this to actually happen. And that waiting creates that learning of patience. And then we can call upon that command, go place, which then she'll understand, okay, I have to get on there. Good place, good girl. And this place activity requires a bit of patience where you have to wait on it. Yes. But without the leash pop and the guiding her back on, Oh yeah, followed with the verbal, Good girl. Good girl. I would have zero methods to actually, unless I go grab her or something crazy, which then doesn't translate well. See how I'm using the tools I have, the food, the leash, the voice, to successfully get her. Even the toy is right there. Yes. Good job. Okay. All right, girl. Super buddy. You can't jump on me. We're going to take care of that. But I don't take care of that until a little bit later, the jumping part, because she just wants to engage with me, and we'll sort that how to engage with me in a little bit. But anyways, I'm getting away from my point. My point is, if you use the leash as a steering wheel, you use your leash pops to help direct the dog in the way you want it to go, and then reward, you can use it to build patience. You can use it to build these skill sets. And then you're going to use it in walks. You're going to use it on other places where you're holding the leash, all right? I hope that was clear. I didn't have a script or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of flow with the dog and kind of show you how like we're using these tools to kind of guide her, right? And she can go and play, but when I call upon her, I want her to do these things a specific way. And so hopefully that makes sense. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.